Hmm. Does it not work? I believe it now works. It should well be lucky now. I believe it. Alright, alright. So, so, can we get something up here? Alright. So, this is probably this is a live stream, and I just want to talk about what has happened, you know, pretty much today. A few days are coming, So, very interesting series of developments have been going on, right? What we see is that you had the Groypers, which is Nick Fuentes' movement, and it was going a bit of trouble along the way, but now we see a very serious uh, problem, which is internal instability, and that is a very serious problem for any movement. For as the saying goes, house divided cannot stand. And we did see these problems pop up earlier, right? But now we must really hammer on them. So the first thing is this. Okay, here's the first thing. People must know. You know, the right wing right now is pretty much it's in a mess because what do you have? Well, you have the conservatives, right? Which are pretty much useless. I mean, they're going to hold the line a little bit, but they're gonna. I mean, the line they're holding is already so far inland. We don't have much strategic depth left, really. And right now they're too busy trusting the plan and doing these Q-tard uh, these theories. So there is no hope from that direction. Then we have alt-right elements. It's pretty much been destroyed. Pretty much been banished, expelled, destroyed. Not really much of it left, if anything. And then now we have other things. We have the Groypers are one of the movements of cultural importance because they're supposed to be the new spearhead, the offensive spearhead that will um, at least enable us to gain some of the initiative back. And well, yeah, things aren't going very well there. So we gotta go back. Shall we? Go back. So the issue begins thus with a very interesting event, which some people talked about a bit earlier, but um, it quieted down. But anyway, so there was this guy who made a joke, made a cowboy joke or something of Fuentes, right? And you expect, oh, you're a cozy political movement. Uh, you should be able to. You're edgy, guys. You're edgy. Always making fun of people. All right. No political correctness, right? All right. But this guy makes a joke about Fuentes and the Catboy stuff, I think. And oh, what do you know? They try to nuke him. They try to nuke him, and there's some things going on, but nobody really says anything. Nobody really does anything. This guy was with the movement, and now boom, now we must destroy him. So that happens. All right. What then follows is, you know, so the election happens, and doesn't matter what it is. Eventually, Biden gets inaugurated. But before that, January 6th, the whole mess happens, and Fuentes says some things he shouldn't have said. A little bit before that, he gets 300 or 250,000, 300,000 worth Bitcoin. So this is where the ball really starts rolling, doesn't it? Thanks to his best friend, Black Alaska, he gets kicked out of D-Life. Oh, now, no worry, my friends. No worry, my friends. Because we got a platform. Okay, we got our own platform. We've been testing it out for a while, right? So he goes and he, goes to the platform, and everything seems to be working fine, right? Well, I'm gonna tell you a bit of the platform. A lot of people don't know this. But, uh, sorry, pals. Sorry, pals. But guess what? It's actually fake. It's actually not what he says it is. Okay? He is not. So, what it's supposed to be is the website has a server. You have the server's website, and he will be streaming to the server's website, and then I will be sending it to the client of the people watching, and they will watch that way. So that way you have it in a platform that he's directly streaming from. But that's not what it is. This is not what it is. So what is he actually doing? What he's actually doing is he embedded a YouTube live stream on the website. So that YouTube, so what happened then is he streams to this unlisted YouTube live stream, and then this YouTube live stream is embedded in this website, so it gets transferred to his website. Right? Proof. You need proof for that? You know what's an easy way? Get ad blockers. This is the easiest way to do it. Get ad blockers. Okay? And activate them. Go on the website and go and look for Dev Console. In the Dev Console, go to the actual console where the errors are. And you will see that most of the time there's an error which will say missing resource, I believe, or failed to retrieve resource. And when you look into that, you get a link, right? You get an embed link. And you can only do this when it's actually streaming live, by the way. But so once you have that, you go and you look for ID or doc ID, and then you find this string. So you put the string. So how do you find the YouTube stream is you write youtube.com, etc., until you end up with this question mark and then V is, and then you put a string there, and there you go. You find a stream. What happened is that people figured out how to do that and began mass reporting. Now, why are they mass reporting? Because this is ban evasion. Like, he's not supposed to be streaming to YouTube. So, poof. And the last 2 days, yesterday and the day before. So the day before, people reported his stream and they cut it out at the end, just before he could finish. And he said, "Oh, this is technical difficulties." Yesterday, they cut it twice, 40 minutes apart. They cut it and then they restarted it, and then after 40 minutes, they cut it again. Now this is a big and serious problem for little Fuentes, because people know exactly how to get to the stream now. Oopsies! Whoops. So Fuentes is kind of messed up right now because he can't really stream, can he? Not really. So yeah, that's very nice. Well, not really nice, but so that's one down. He's a commander, right? Commander can't stream anymore. Maybe he can go to Shitwave, but besides that, not much. Okay, that's good. But now this drama unfolds. So, you can say a few hours ago, Patrick Casey, which is, everyone knows him as the second command of Groypers, right? He's his lieutenant. Comes out. Wait, no. Actually, it comes out with the stream, yes. But something, a little itty bitty thing that precedes that is that in a stream a few streams ago by Fuentes, he says Patrick Casey is not going to the AF pack. That's what Fuentes himself says. He's not going. So a bunch of people say, "Why are you not going? You're the second command. Why are you not going?" And Casey says, "I have my reasons, but I won't tell you because I don't want to go around and make people But they began pressuring him, and they began attacking him and stabbing him, and eventually the same thing that, but it's the same people, Beardson and similar people, are the ones who go super aggressive and begin, you know, taunting, attacking him and be like, "Oh, how dare you not go to this freaking event? How dare you? You can't do that, right? You can't do that. You're not allowed to not go to this event." Which is just look. This guy, I don't think he gets paid by Fuentes. Okay, Casey, I don't think he gets paid by Fuentes. All right. Fuentes doesn't give a part of his stream revenue to Casey. I mean, sure. Fuentes sometimes will shout out Casey and be like, hey, yeah, look, but and Casey will do it back, right? They're friends, but they're friends, right? They're friends, and Casey's an autonomous unit, just like Fuentes is, and he, even though he's a lieutenant of the army, of the Groyper army, still he's an autonomous entity. He's not under the subordinate command of Fuentes. He's not under a subordinate command of the Fuentes. He's an autonomous commander. That's what he is. And it is completely in his right as lieutenant commander to say, you know what, I'm not gonna participate in this action. Right? And why not? Well, what's the problem? If you have a autonomous part of your army, and it says we don't wanna on top of the army, and it's like we're not going to get ourselves. Let's say they think they're gonna suffer heavy casualties or whatever, say no, let's not do this. It's like, well, they're autonomous. There's, so part of the autonomy is that they can decide such things. But these people don't think so. These people seem to not think that Casey's an autonomous part of the Groypers and the America First thing and all that. No. He's subordinate in the fact he's subordinate in the sense that he's like he has to follow Fuentes' orders. He has to follow Field Marshal Fuentes' orders. No, he's not an autonomous individual which has influence in the whole thing and can make his own decisions. No, he has to follow the lead. Oh. And even though he would gone to all kinds of events and protests and his sense tells him this event is bad. This event is going to be a bad idea. And so his conscience is telling them, yeah. And he can, again, decide not to go. But no, I don't think he has that right. He said that Fuentes supported him in the beginning and told Birdson, okay, stop. And I said, yeah, as a leader, you should be like, no infighting. You should say, Casey, like if he was a good leader, he'd be like, I don't wanna alienate my own guys, right? I don't wanna alienate our guys. It's better that this division, you have a division, right, of the army, and they say it's autonomous, and I mean, it's an ally. It's an ally, okay? You dingleberries? It is an ally. Think of that. It's an ally. He's an autonomous thing. He's a commander. Maybe he's an ally of lower rank. Quote unquote. But he's still an ally. And his decision should be respected. Okay? He says, I don't want to be part of that. Alright. And as a leader, he'll be like, I would rather have you be an ally but not participate in this than try to force you to participate in this crap and then end up losing you and then losing the entire thing. Right? Because you risk, of course, because you risk, what are you risking? You're risking that you lose this person, and then by losing them, you lose them and they don't go to this place anyway. Right? You lose this ally, right? And they don't go to this event you wanted them to go to. Okay? And that's what Fuentes did. Fuentes decided that he was going to, I'm going to just let him go. I'm going to let him go. Eventually, he decided to not defend him anymore. not to shield him anymore, to go along with the attacks, and to let his ally be stabbed by his other. Because understand that these other guys are also like allies, right? They're all also autonomous. All these other guys who are attacking Casey, Beardson, and whatever, are all also simply allies. They're not subordinate to Fuentes. Don't have to follow his orders. But because they're psychophants, they're fangirls, they're little clothes like they suck his pee-pee. For that reason, these people who are supposed to be allies end up being more like lapdogs. Being allies in a sense like they're dogs. Loyal dogs. Loyal little doggies. Don't think for themselves. Follow the master. Okay? They have every capitulated their sovereignty, their autonomous status. And now are loyal little drones of Fuentes. And Casey even said that Fuentes actually went and told him, "Are you loyal to me?" Oh yeah, because Casey didn't want to spy on other people, right? Which makes perfect sense. Like, what do you want to spy on? What do you want to spy on other allies, right? He said, "Oh, you have to spy on my other allies." Like this sort of weird, paranoid, insecure thing Fuentes has. But yeah, Fuentes is clearly insecure, paranoid, just, yeah. I don't know why, but that's how he is. But because he's a little manlet, and you know how manlets are. But, anyways, he decided to let him go. Let him get attacked. And foolish. There you go. There you lose one of your closest allies. One of your closest allies. Someone who wanted the best for you. You just let him go. Poof. And these other guys, these other little lapdogs, why are they attacking? You know what they're attacking? The lapdogs attacked because, in the end, the little loyal slaves are envious of those men who are still willing to maintain their autonomy. They're jealous of that. And they see him as a competition, as a rival. They see him as a rival influence in the whole movement or whatever. Right? They know that he has Fuentes' ear. But they don't want that. They want them to have all the space. They want them to have all the freaking, area around Fuentes' ear. That's what they want. Right? That's what they want. They want, effectively, what they seem to want is for everyone in the movement to be just like them. We can have an autonomous, voice. We can have someone who doesn't think like us. We need everyone to be just as freaking, you could say, subservient to our master, to the leader. So, stab anyone who disagrees at all, or doesn't want to go to an event. And it becomes something that I don't like using the word, but the way that Casey described the whole thing, it's a cult of personality. It's a cult. It's not a political movement anymore. At least in the inner circle, it is a cult. At least is the way he describes it is how it is. That's how it looks like. And to be honest, I mean, look from the outside. One thing we make fun of a lot. We made fun of the when there's a super chat and they're super chatting, they're gonna give money, right? And for what? Well, they give money to get humiliated. They go and get humiliated, completely humiliated. That's what happens, right? You write something. Oh, how could you write that? Are you stupid? Oh, these super chats are horrible. But you see, all these psychophants, all these pay pigs, end up paying up money just so that they get humiliated. Like, so when people are willing to do that, when people are willing to pay to get humiliated by the leader, and these are just people who are watching and paying, imagine the inner circle. Imagine the closest allies, the closest commanders. As it turns out, the closest allies and the closest commanders are going to be even worse. Even more sycophantic, even more, And And anyone who's not like that, again, will get stabbed out, kicked out, etc. Now, why is this a problem? Why is this such a serious problem that voices which are not any movement, you have anyone, you have your commanders, and you have someone who's like, no, I don't think it's a good idea, and you get kicked out. Well, the problem is this: maybe they're right. Maybe the people who have other ideas on how to run things are right. So, what if Casey's right? Maybe you shouldn't do this event, right? Fuentes should have heard him out and be like, maybe maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. But no, they didn't say that. They said, "Oh, no, you're wrong. You're a coward. You're not loyal." It's always instead of taking criticism, they take it personally. It's always a personal thing, right? Oh, you're a coward. Oh, you're not loyal. Oh, I mean, right? Righty, right, my boys? Now, an interesting thing is, an interesting thing that I see here. So Jaden McNeil is another one of the loyalist Suckeye fans that Fuentes has. So there's Telegram, and Jaden McNeil has. Let me check here. So Jaden McNeil. So yeah. So interesting enough, Jaden McNeil wrote just now. Difficult times reveal a man's true character. Loyalty is the bedrock of everything we do. Nick has always had my back and I always have his. America first forever. So you can see that these Groyperinos, the sycophants, are starting to do their movement. Right? And another thing, Michelle Malcolm said a few days ago, really. I don't know if she knew about it, but if your friends aren't there for you after you've been there for them time and time again, are they really your friends? Okay. So they're saying it's a silent jabs against freaking Patrick Casey, by the way. These slimy scumbags. They're in the Telegram. They're whistling. They're whistling. They're like, oh, and let me just coincidentally write about your friends being there in the hardest times and loyalty. And just let me talk about these teams. These teams, right? It's not a coincidence. It's to prepare the ground for their assault against Patrick Casey, because Patrick Casey said, "I'm not part of America First anymore." That's what he said, right? So, not part of America First anymore. What does that mean? Well, what it means is he's a traitor. He left us. He defected. How dare he? He must be punished. So, he's gonna be punished. And they're preparing the ground right now. I can see it. I can see these people. Oh, preparing the ground. The little people are preparing the ground for the assault. Ah, yes. Yes. Okay. Patrick Casey confirmed that Nick Fuentes has access. His bank account is frozen by the FBI. At least that's what Fuentes told him. And Fuentes also told him that he was 100% sure that he was under FBI investigation. Now, this, of course, doesn't surprise me at all, because Fuentes doesn't even tell his audience that his freaking platform is not an actual platform, but it's an embedded YouTube stream. Yeah, he embeds a YouTube stream to his website and then passes it on like, oh, I'm directly streaming to my website. So if he's gonna lie about that or obfuscate that, I'm not surprised that he didn't tell his little audience that, oh yeah, my bank account is frozen. Maybe I don't know if he told, but I think it's already public knowledge that the bitcoins were stolen away. I mean, were confiscated. We know that, but now the bank account is frozen. At least that's what he said. And he's under FBI investigation. And he didn't tell anyone else that. He didn't say, hey, audience, FBI is after me, okay? You know, there's this event going on. We're gonna make this event, but you know that I'm the one. I'm the one who's running the event, and I'm the one who's funding the event and everything. And I'm under FBI investigation, and I have a frozen bank account. Didn't say that. Didn't say that at all. Okay? He completely hid us away from his audience. You literally have to have this guy, Patrick Casey, be pretty much pushed out of the movement and kind of defect to then tell people, oh yeah, this is what he said to us personally. And in fact, there was a poll, I think it was a poll thread, which I saw. And in the poll thread, I saw in the poll thread that it said, in the poll thread, someone claimed to be in personal communication with Nick Fuentes. So he was in this sort of little private group chat. And he claimed that Nick Fuentes told him that, I think in there, it told him that the Bitcoins, he meant to pay some stuff for the, I think the AFPAC event. He meant to use the Bitcoins to pay at least partly for that. And, well, that's gone now. I think that's one of the sources where Bitcoins are gone. Another thing, however, that is very interesting is that he also said that I think, by the way, there was a certain a mini debate amongst I and my fellow little boys. And we were like, is it that Fuentes doing this? Like, does he know he's doing this, or is it that his tech guys, the guys he hired, were fooling him? Well, no, he's not. He's not being fooled. It's not that innocent Fuentes is getting scammed by his freaking devs. No, he knows it. He knows it. He specifically said, at least according to that poll, the guy in the poll thread source said that Fuentes thought of the YouTube embed system as, you know, he knows about it and he's doing it on purpose. Not only that, but in a stream, although that's more circumstantial than that in poll, but in a stream, Fuentes said, "Oh, we're gonna." In the end of the stream, he's like, he mentioned or referenced this system, right? Oh, we're gonna get off this system, this temporary system. We know what this means. What the temporary system means is we are going to get the platform up and running and stop embedding our YouTube streams. Nice. But instead of just coming out and be like, yeah, that's happening. No, let's keep lying to our audience. And isn't it kind of a scam? Like, they're donating to you. They're paying you stuff because they think that you're streaming to a platform directly. That's what they think, right? So it's kind of a scam for you to be pretty much implying that you're directly streaming to the platform and then also take the donations, right? Because they think, oh, we're maintaining this platform, which is not really a platform. Also, I also suspect that chat functionalities are not available on the website, specifically because if Fuentes put chat functionalities on his website, people will be able to expose the fact that the streams are embedded YouTube, right? So, a funny thing was that the chat on the YouTube streams, you could actually, some chats were open on like the last two accounts. The two accounts before the last one had YouTube chats open, and we were like mocking him, and it was funny. He called it the hacker chat. They were called the hacker chats because only those who could get into the unlisted YouTube streams could get to these chats. It was funny. I think about 100 people would watch at once. So about 100 people figured out, or at least what I know of, 100 people figured out at a time to get into the unlisted embedded YouTube streams that Fuentes was sourcing his stuff from. Alright, but let's go now next to the next issue on the table. AFPAC. So, what were the concerns that Casey had on it? Alright, what's the concerns? And are they legitimate? The first concern was security. And I know, and you know what? I think that Fuentes himself kind of knows how important it is because in one of the Telegram posts that Fuentes put, he emphasized security is going to be tight. We're going to have a system of vetting people, which is going to be very, very good. And we're going to make sure that everyone is vetted and alright. So clearly, Fuentes knows that security is important. But the difference between Casey and Fuentes is this. Fuentes thinks that you can make the security tight enough for it to be considered safe. Casey, however, thinks no, we can't. It's impossible. Casey thinks that it's impossible to make the security tight enough to make it safe. Casey thinks, feds are gonna get in. We can't vet the feds away. It's impossible. Okay? So you're gonna have a bunch of informants in there, most probably. And here's the thing. Again, Fuentes, who runs AFPAC, right, is under investigation. Like, guaranteed. So of course there's gonna be feds everywhere, all over. Like, there's no way the FBI is not gonna send feds to AFPAC. No way. Like, if you look at the website, the events, there are multiple packages, and the gold package. I don't know if everyone must have seen this, but the gold package says that you get to fly out to AF Studios, which we know what that is, right? That's his mom's house. That's where his studio's at. Like, let's face it, that's where his studio's at. Like, I've not heard of him say that he rented a separate place. I might be wrong on that, but I've never heard of that. Never heard of that. So the only conclusion is you're literally gonna pay money to fly out to his mom's house. Okay? Yeah. That's sold out, by the way. So there's people who literally bought that. And my feeling is that there's at least one Fed among those people who bought that package. There's at least one Fed who's like, we can pay $10,000 to sneakily go into his studio and sniff around, maybe bug some stuff. Oh, that sounds great. Perfect. Only $10,000. The taxpayer's gonna pay that. Don't worry, my friends. But that's just a speculation. That's just speculation. What we really need to focus on is, yes, the event is gonna be vetted. Vetted up. There's no way out of this. It's gonna get vetted up. Now, what's the problem with feds? You must ask. What's the problem? It's gonna be feds, and well, they're gonna dox you. They're gonna find out to dox you. They're gonna listen to what you say. They're gonna try to find some incriminating shit. Okay, some off common thing you're gonna say, and they're gonna nail you down for it. All right. That's the danger. That's the danger of being there. Oh, and by the way, don't forget that when you register, you have your first name, last name, a whole bunch of other stuff. Okay? So, the information is going to be in whose hands? In the hands of someone who's getting investigated by the FBI. Wow, nice. What's to prevent the FBI from getting their hands on your information? Like that? Yeah, pretty high. Let me ask, doesn't the government already have our information? Yes. But the database is pretty big, man. They gotta narrow it down to a list of people, of targets that they want. And that's what the Fed's gonna be there in that event for. They're going to be there to narrow down the list of people who they're gonna target. We've already seen the persecution that the Biden administration has begun. Right? Guess what? They're gonna make the list. You're gonna be part of the list of people who are gonna be persecuted. You don't want that, right? You want to remain anonymous and as far away as possible from the attacks of the feds. But that's not gonna happen, my friends. That's not gonna happen. The reality of the situation is that you most probably can get vetted. So that's the first problem that Casey had. I consider 100% legitimate. 100%. And it's not cowardly to be like, I don't want to be doxxed. That's not cowardly. People, there's so much of glowy people in the internet who want to pretend, oh, you're anonymous? Must be a coward. Yeah, a good example is, everyone knows Jim Medicare, right? Everyone knows him. Well, I guess everyone. And people would constantly be like, oh, you don't want to show your face? Well, you're a coward. It's like, no, it's not cowardliness. It's that anonymity makes you immune to the attacks of the enemy. So if you lose your anonymity, it's like a shield. If you lose it, then what you end up losing is invincibility for the enemy. And that's where you might lose that if you join the event. Right? Right. So then, other concerns was this. You're not going to hide the area of the event. Eventually, specific people are going to figure out where it is. Now, what if commies, they know where it is, right? They know it's in Orlando. They just don't know exactly which building it is, right? So, what if a bunch of commies, who we're talking about, get a sniff of where it is, and they attack? Very possible. Very possible. They're super agitated. Hey, don't think that the communists right now are just like sitting idly and doing nothing. Man, like imagine, in a communist mind, like they actually believe that a bunch of boomers almost overthrew the government and probably instituted, I don't know, like the Führer's reign or something. This is what communists probably believe. Okay, so that's the mentality they're in. Their mentality of, these people tried to overthrow the government and effectively almost institute the fucking American right. So they're hyperactive and really hostile, aggressive, and probably want you to put your head on a pike. That's what a few tweets seem to point away. So they find out that you're doing this. They find out where your event is. Yeah, the communists might very well attack. Hey, that's just how it is. Now, if the communists attack, what are you gonna do? Oh, my security. Your security can be overwhelmed, right? And you don't want to get stuck. I mean, you're probably gonna be like a massive battle's gonna happen, right? You know how that turns out, disastrously. You remember what happened 3 years ago, right? That didn't go well. So you don't want to fight. You don't fight. It's not gonna be a fair fight if you get in that kind of fight. Okay, if you fight the communists, the state is gonna back them, not you. Doesn't matter if you got attacked. They're gonna defend them. So this fucking event turns to a freaking massive battle between America First and a bunch of commies. You know who's gonna lose? America First. That's another concern. But there was a extremely important objection by Casey on the side of, what do we gain? What do we gain of, like, really think of it though, like, what do we gain of being part of this whole thing? What do we gain for the event? Right? There's a question must be answered. What do we gain from the event? And the answer is nothing. A bit of brand recognition. Fuentes can stand next to his little friends, right? Fuentes can stand right next to his little pals and say, oh, look, I'm important. Look at all these speakers I've collected here. And maybe the brand is spread a little bit, and and maybe you get to socialize and talk to other people who think like you. But politically speaking, and we're in the thick of battle, right? There's no time for celebration. There's no time for like, oh yeah, now we're gonna be just resting. No, we're in the thick of battle. We're in the middle of a war. We're in the middle of a war. In the middle of a war, guess what? Gotta keep fighting. Gotta keep being secret. Gotta not break formation. Keep the strategy. Keep trying to win. That is what you must do. You must keep trying to win. Alright? And this kind of event doesn't do a single thing to help us win. All these risks for what? Zero. No point. No point in it at all. And that's the number one problem with this whole thing. That even if there was no risks, in the end, it's not even worth it. It wasn't even worth it if there was no risks. To be honest, like, I don't know, Casey. I don't think Casey will go that far. I would think personally, actually, yeah, it would not even be worth it if there was no risk, because nothing is to be gained, and just money is to be spent. You're just spending money, right? On this event, you're just spending money and time organizing this thing, and you know, getting everyone together for what? Nothing. You don't change a policy. You don't get any politicians elected. You don't really change anyone's minds because everyone who's going to the conference and hearing the speeches are already on your side, right? They're already on your side, right? Everyone who's going to AFPAC is already with Fuentes, already Groypers. They're not gonna change anyone's mind. You're not gonna get any new people. So nothing is gained, and everything is lost, or potentially lost. And this is the most important thing. Okay? And it even went as far as to say, you know what? Think for a second. Actually, think for a second. That, actually go and think for a second that, isn't this kind of like the rallies, the public events that we had in the last few years? This public spectacle thing? Doesn't it follow the same thread of, oh, here comes the public spectacle. A bunch of people are gonna come together, air themselves a certain way, and they're going to show the world. They're gonna show the world, how strong they are. Well, we did that. We tried that. Where did that go? Where did that go for us? What did it do for us as a movement? As the wing? Nothing. It did nothing. Never did. Always led in disaster. In fact, think of it. Stop the steal. That January 6th protest that got Fuentes in trouble in the first place. Oh, well, that January 6th protest was part of the Stop the Steal events in general. And as it turns out, for some goddamn reason, this is golden rule of careful of doing rallies because they're gonna bite you in the ass eventually. And it had to be the last goddamn rally that Fuentes goes to that is the one that fucks everything up. And last in the sense of it was planned. It's the last, right? There wouldn't be no. I mean, after January 6th, whether the whole battle happened or not, there was no. I don't think there will be more, rallies. Probably not. All right. And the last one. Oh, there we go. There the golden rule bites. There it goes. There it bites. Oh, well, that's a rally that got him in trouble because he was close to the Capitol when the whole thing happened. So now he's associated with the whole thing. And now that guy is like, oh, we're gonna start investigating you. Don't do public spectacles. Never go well. They never go well. Ever. Again, even a few weeks ago, he did a rally, and he conducted it very well. A Stop the Steal rally, I think was Georgia or something, or Arizona, one of them, and he did well. He spoke to the people and he rallied them together, and even though there were a bunch of stiff nets, he still managed to hold them together, and he even managed to bring a bunch of the. He managed to take over. He managed to. Someone was speaking, right? Someone was speaking, and then he took over the mic. And wow, so I was like, when I saw Fuentes lead that rally that well, I was like, oh wow, okay, there's some hope here. There's something to work with. But, then it reached January 6th, and well, that's where things went south. And it went south by the same way that the puppetarians got south as well. It's always those the factors that are out of your control, those special events that are out of your control, mess you up. It was not in Fuentes' control, I don't think, for people to start breaking the barricade and then going to the Capitol. So that was not, I don't think, in his control. But that happening messed everything up, right? That happening messed everything up. So again, it's always there's a problem with these rallies, these open air spectacles, is that there are always things that are out of your control, that you cannot control, that you cannot really plan for, and yeah, like it's just how it is. It's just how it is, and because in the end, well, I don't know. I mean, it's like because there's so many autonomous agents involved. Hey, some autonomous agents may end up doing something which reflects bad on you. Now, you don't have direct control over them. But because you're an ally, because you're perceived as an ally of these other elements, their bad actions, or what perceived as bad actions, will reflect on you. So, now Fuentes is in trouble because a bunch of, dingleberries, including, this is another problem too, which is, so, Black Alaska, right? He went into the Capitol. So he's the closest guy, right? So this is like literally one connection, right? Direct connection to Fuentes is Black Alaska, which this guy went into the Capitol and literally streamed the whole thing. Okay? So, whoa, Fuentes gets associated directly with this guy who flooded the Capitol. Well, went into the Capitol. Great. Fantastic. Now, Casey called this type of thing reckless, and yeah, that is reckless. Okay? It's reckless. You're trying to get because you're getting yourself into a fight you cannot win. You're getting the security apparatus against you. You're getting a security apparatus to aim at you, to say, you are the next target. My little boy, you're the next target. We're going to be nailing this on you. You can't win this fight. Fuentes doesn't have the resources or the ability or the followers or anything to be able to challenge the state apparatus. Right? So, to get yourself into a potential fight with that is reckless. And then, to make an event when you are literally being actively targeted by this apparatus is reckless on top of reckless. What you should do now is lay low. Lay low. Don't do any events. Lay low. Okay? I think this is going to end it with. Okay? When you have to adapt to the changing circumstances. You're fighting a war. Remember, you're fighting a battle. And how did this go? Your plans don't really hold up beyond the beginning of the battle. Because you plan, this is my plans, right? But everything's dynamic. Things move around. And your little plan starts to be obsolete. Just like that. So, yeah. Adapt. Fuentes' plan was this. This was Fuentes' plan. Trump is going to get inaugurated, or getting elected, inaugurated, and then he's going to continue doing on D-Live, right? Until the platform is finally built, maybe in 2050. And when he finally managed to do that, 2050, well. But so, like, maybe in a year, 2 years, got D-Live as the backup, right? So you thought D-Live was going to be, it's a free speech platform, not as horrible as YouTube. So he's going to keep it there for a while. Right? So, what happens then is that they go and... they will then do AF-Pack 2. And, it'll be smooth sailing. They will continue to talk about Trump, defending Trump. The second term of Trump will be one of finishing the job, maybe. And what happened? Well, Trump, he got ousted of the office, and that D-Live thing happened. Boom, that's gone. So you can see that the plan completely unraveled. Things changed. Things changed. You know? That's how it is. That's just how it is. And he didn't have any backups. DLive is a backup. Only when YouTube is your main thing. Okay? Once you fall back to the backup, you know what you have to do? Make another backup. Right? Make another one. You should have the platform ready by December. I think he did a test run by December, but it should have been done by December. You should be able to directly stream to the platform, everything done by December. Okay? Or even November, actually. Come to think of it, even November. Actually, it'd be like, hey, it's an uncertain thing whether Trump's even going to win, because God knows what's going to happen. It's uncertain. So, let's get it done by November. Right? But no. It didn't do it. Damn, D-Live's gonna hold up. So then, what the shit? Yeah, and it's a sad thing, it's a sad thing. Having one of our little brilliant commanders mess up like that. But just how it is. And the current situation is, they said, one guy said, oh, they're the only feasible movement that we have. America First is it's the most feasible movement we have. Okay. Well, I tell you something. Well, I said, if that is the most feasible thing we have, it's over. It's over. And at this point, it's probably over. Like, people don't learn. And they never will learn. They never will, Yeah, like, it's not gonna happen. Please. Trump's out. Right? What now? What can you do now? You can't do anything. The last grasp of any momentum was the January 6th crap. The last grasp. Although some schizos are saying that it's completely, utterly staged or whatever. Kind of schizo, but let's assume it wasn't. Well, that was the last thing. Last oomph. From now on, there's nothing. There is nothing. You're never going to get anyone else elected. Because there's 11 million immigrants, people, of south of the border that they're going to legalize. And then, God knows, that 160% increase in refugees. And all that shit is going to mean it's over. You're never going to win an election. And you're never going to lift your little weapons to do anything. You're too scared. And you should be scared. You can get crushed. It's too late now. It's too late. It's over. It is over. You'll either slowly get crushed, or you get you get blasted. Either way, it's over. In the end, this is a microcosm of the greater collapse. Okay? Because we have to think that this movement, this Groyper thing, is literally on the map. Why is this on the map? How the hell can this be one of our most feasible movements? How can our most feasible movement be this low? This pathetic? This thing led by this man-child. Okay, this man-child, narcissist, freaking little rat. He's a little rat. Deceives everyone, his own audience. Insecure, megalomaniac, Oh, we're gonna take over the GOP. Yeah, right. You're gonna take over the GOP. All this crap. It's over. It's freaking over. When your generals realize this, is when we're gonna make some progress. No hope. There's no hope. Okay? No more copium. No more cope. Realize that you have to prepare for the end times. That's what you have to do. There is no solution. People say there's no political solution. There is no solution. All of them don't work. You can't vote your way out of this. You're not going to be able to fight your way out of this. It's over. Okay? I mean, even Fuentes even says, "Oh, it's not over. Oh, I've been kicked out of YouTube, and I don't have a platform of my own. I'm kicked out of the live, and I have my bank account frozen, and the FBI is probably gonna throw me in jail. But it's not over. Oh, it's not over. It's over for you. It's over for everyone else. Now, that is all, I'd say. Fucking, what a mess. What a fucking mess. I mean, it was expected, but we were joking and making fun of him, but it's more serious than that. Actually, it's just something we should make fun of. Actually, it's serious. Because you realize, oh, these are not some joke. This is supposed to be our primary spearhead, offensive spearhead. Like, our best. Oh, the best division. Fucking hell. I'm gonna be monitoring the situation, like our favorite guy does. Monitor our situation and see how it goes. I can already see that they are preparing to fucking shred Patrick Casey now. Okay? And I say, anyone who joins in, I'll try to shred Patrick Casey. At least from what I've heard, if that is what he said is true, if you join in, you're a scumbag, alright? You're a piece of shit. This guy, to me, looks like an honest kid. This honest kid to me. Fuentes always looks to me like this rat, this sneaky, narcissistic, this freaking always sarcastic, like smirky, that's rat. While Casey looks to me like he's just innocent good to me. Yeah? Just honest guy to me. So, yeah, that's how it is. And it does, it's despairing. But that is all. Alright? Have a good night, or a good morning, or whatever. And remember, don't do any retard rallies, and don't follow a leader or a plan or any of this crap. You're an autonomous unit, and you will always have to remain that. Because if you don't, you will be brought down along with the rest of the ship and its crew. It's gonna happen. Okay? So you don't want that, so don't.